But the one thing I do want to state before I go into my questioning is the idea of making this a partisan issue is disgusting. This issue has nothing to do with being on a red or a blue team. This is an American issue in terms of what we're facing on our campuses and shouldn't be taken under the light of a partisan issue. That being given, I do have some questions, particularly for the University of Pennsylvania and its president, who is within a couple thousand yards of my district. And we'll start with back during August, Penn announced plans to host the Palestinian Rights Festival that was going to be held in September. And given that the ADL identified many of the speakers, I believe the number was 25, as anti-Semitic, this continued to happen. The idea of what happened during that event, after the event, and as much as last night, as I was traveling down here to see what is still happening in and around the campus, is extremely disturbing given the atrocities that have happened in the Middle East. So, Dr. Magill, did you have the power to stop this event?
Under our approach to academic freedom and free expression, Congressman, we have probably thousands of speakers to campus every single year. Many of them I disagree with. I don't cancel or censor them in advance of their arrival to campus.
So anytime you use the word censor, so any event on your campus, you would never interfere for the fear of censoring somebody. Is that what you're suggesting?
Well, Congressman, we are, of course, always concerned about safety and security, so that could be a constraint we would be worrying about in thinking about an event. It's a very rare occasion. So there would be times that you would stop an event under the terms of censoring if you, under your opinion or those advising you, say there would be a security issue. Well, our approach is not to censor based on the content, but to worry about things like the safety and security and the time, place, and manner in which the event would occur.
So, given what happened in October, you could not see ahead that was going to happen, but the idea that groups coming on that are clearly identified as anti-Semitic would be of a concern.
I was concerned about the anti-Semitism of some of the speakers at that conference, and also the timing of that conference was particularly painful because it occurred during the holiest time of the Jewish year. And that's why, in advance of the conference, while saying that we are committed to academic freedom and free expression and the conference would go on, I specifically condemned the anti-Semitism of some of the speakers.
Condemning, but you would have the power to stop it if, in your opinion, there was a security issue.
Well, Congressman, whether there is a security issue is something that I leave to our public safety individuals, and I defer to their judgments on those matters.
Did you ask them?
We discussed the security and safety of every large conference that happens on our campus, and yes, we did talk about this one.
And they, in their opinion, along with you, decided that there were no security issues by the nature of you allowed this to continue.
We did not believe, we believed we were ready for any security concerns that might arise. So yes, it went ahead.
In hindsight, do you think that was a proper decision?
I think canceling that conference would have been very inconsistent with academic freedom and free expression, despite the fact that the views of some of the people who came to that conference I find very, very objectionable because of their anti-Semitism.
Would you permit your academic department to sponsor a conference if 25 speakers that the NAACP would identify as racist?
Congressman, we follow our policies always, and our policies are guided by the United States Constitution and a commitment to academic freedom and free expression.
So is that a yes or no answer?
The answer is that we follow our policies.
I'll yield back.